children before Sunday school starts.
You have to come
Okay,
in
go
and
ahead.
nobody bothers you. That's kind
Yesterday, or the 3rd of February, you guys will be here at 9 a.m. to build the pizzas for the pizza cellar. Heading back this year, we're only going to do 96 pizzas. So, if you have any questions,
All right. Good. Yes.
The handball choir starts back up this week. Practices are Thursdays from 6 to 6:45. If you're interested in joining, or if you just want to learn more, please come see me.
Okay, how many spots you got available? Two ringers. All right. Yes.
Sunday school today, the littlest kids class is going to meet in their classroom, not upstairs. The older two classes are meeting upstairs in the sanctuary for music. Yeah, good.
Yeah. I was doing the guiding.
Thank you.
All right. Cool. We're a team. All right. Yes.
Thank you everyone who donated to the Greene County Women's Shelter. I've got stuff in my car, but the woman, because of the cold weather, I guess, hasn't been there to drop it off. But as soon as I see her, I'll give it to her.
All right. Okay, any announcements for the sake of the whole group before we dismiss? I have no major details right now. Just know that, be aware, I'm going to be on duty in Alabama. My duty will be rescheduled to basically all of April. So I'll get to celebrate Lent and Holy Week and Easter with you. But soon after, down to Alabama I go. So pray for me. Paperwork and order writing as a reservist is never easy. If you think it was hard as active duty, like it's 5 times harder because you have no one to help you. And so we'll get there. We'll get through it together. And the elders have already started with a plan to prepare or to provide for pastoral care and support and for our school and catechism instruction. So that plan is already underway. So just keep the elders in your prayer as well. That, again, we will be provided for in my absence. Okay, we are going to start. Sunday school is dismissed. Sunday school is dismissed. And kids to your classrooms. Little kids, younger grades to the classroom, upper grades to sanctuary.
You know who you are.
To your classroom. To your classroom. All right. All right. So to start off with the school this week, I'd like to read to you from John chapter 15. I'll begin in verse 1. Jesus says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away, and every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. Already you are clean because of the word that I have spoken to you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit by itself, unless it abides in the vine, neither can you, unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. This is the word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
And I'll share with you a devotion based on Galatians chapter 5, connected to the Spirit and His fruitful gifts. So let's read together Galatians chapter 5. It's printed up here on the screen for us. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. This is the word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
As we walk into the local grocery store or the local market, we can appreciate the display of fresh fruit. And when we realize how far all of that fruit has come from, I hope that each and every one of you gives thanks and praise to God because we are so richly blessed with the abundance of much good fruit and a variety of fruit. Well, as parents, as friends and guests walk into our church and school, do they see a fresh fruit display? No, we're not going into the grocery business. But do they see the display of the Spirit's fruit? Do people see the display of the fruits of the Holy Spirit in you? Well, Jesus directed the disciples to bear fruit. He says in John chapter 15, I chose you and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide. And earlier in the chapter, Jesus emphasizes that only the branches connected to him will bear fruit. In Galatians chapter 5, the Apostle Paul introduces the Holy Spirit as the source of the good fruit. Blessed with the saving connection to Jesus and directed by the Holy Spirit, followers of Jesus become fruit bearers. Sometimes our connections to the vine become tenuous. The cares of the world cause the fruit to fall or otherwise be damaged. We are anything but the fresh fruit that God desires and our ministries deserve. And we are refreshed, though, by the means of grace, so that we can bear fruit for God's glory. For we are connected to Jesus, the vine. And so I just want to leave you with a devotional thought, and I might have a minute or two here for a little bit, is how does the Holy Spirit continue to freshen you for joyful and fruitful service for Him? And maybe what we'll do is we'll spend 2 minutes. Find someone near you, next to you or across from you or behind you, and say, what fruit of the Spirit would you like to see freshened up in you more? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. And just a short rationale as to why you would like to see that particular fruit of the Spirit freshened up in you more. So, on your mark, get set, go. Talk with someone in front of you or behind you.
I would say there's always something with the little ones that you always have to have. And it exhausts the supply of it. Yes. Well, hello there. It does. At times it does. And, talking to them about that, like, what I think they're doing the best they can with the resources that they have. And they just don't know necessarily what to do to make it. Right.
Gentleness isn't really a thing.
That's right.
Either an action or a word.
Well, and you never know
You
what
say
happens
things
next.
good.
And so, it's maybe something happened at home that was not so good, or you just don't know. So, right. And they don't necessarily know, especially the youngest ones, they don't know how to articulate what's going on. Yes. And they don't know how to regulate those. So patience is a virtue.
But it's like there's a switch on the and I can decide to flip the switch, but it's a
If you haven't had an opportunity to talk, make sure you get it in there, ask someone to stop, wrap it up, and move on to someone else. If you have not had a chance to say it, last minute.
Okay. Joy is one that you can
Just to make it really true. They're all, most of the guys, they all keep flowing from the same, they're all from the same source.
All right, let's gather back in together. There should be a sheet passed around with the clipboard. There should be a bunch of hints with the clipboard, or maybe it's kind of passed around. I will have it on the board if you need it on the board, or if you like the harmonization. The hymn, Jesus is God's living vine, will close with that.
So the first,
I'll get you a note. There we go.
Okay, but
Jesus is God's living vine. I am His and He is mine. For my sins were washed away on my blessed baptismal day. We're connected to God's vine, our Lord Jesus Christ divine. In Him we're from sin set free, for He died for you and me. We are branches of God's vine. We are part of God's design. We can share God's love with all, whether they are great or small. As His branch we bear good fruit. We're connected to the root. Who from all God's blessings run. Jesus, God's most precious Son. In God's love we all shall grow, and to others we shall show. In the things we say and do, how Lord Jesus loves them too. Jesus said, my joy is yours. I'll be with you through the years. Your joy will be full and free as you live and trust in me. Praise to God the Father sing, to Lord Jesus praises bring. Praises to the Spirit be, praise the Holy Trinity. All right, I'm gonna hand it over to Bill Cartwright.
Hello, Ben. Hello, Ben.
Microphone, please. Oh, just put this
Good morning. So, if you were in early service, you got sort of already this message, but we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna really repeat this message for as long as loud as anyone will hear. We are going to be celebrating our 25th anniversary of the opening of the Bethlehem Lutheran School, which is really kind of an extraordinary thing, because I was here in the early days when we were trying to put the school together, and back then, you would not have been believed that we would not only have a school, but still be around at that time. So there's an extraordinary story to tell. We are compiling old pictures from some of those days, and throughout those 25 years, we're getting some of the folks who were there in the beginning, both on the school board, teachers, principals, all the people that were working together. We're getting a PowerPoint presentation together. We're getting some folks to speak. We've got a lot of folks working on decorations and whatnot. Now, where is it, you ask? Well, it's at Young's Jersey Dairy, April 13th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's a relatively, I'm going to say smallish place, but it can cap as much as 200 people. So for that reason, we're going to be selling tickets that essentially just cover the cost of the food and the rental and the gratuity that we'll be paying and some of the decorations. So it's going to be $40 a ticket for really just what's going to be a wonderful night of celebration of our school. It's at the Young's Jersey Dairy from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock, April 13th. Now, we're working on an app that actually sells tickets that you can get electronically, and we can do a head count. And until when we get that up, we're gonna be putting that up and out, and it's gonna be everywhere. So we don't quite have that set up yet. We got a couple more months to go. We've got a decoration committee that's working hard on making sure that we get all the decorations ready, the table settings, the banners, and the promotional things. And so we are very close to getting some of that rolled out. So, any questions on that? If you're ready to go and you want to get a ticket, you want to get your place reserved, you can see Christine Heed. She is going to be the keeper of all tickets. She's going to be the head counter. And if you come to me, I'm going to send you her. I will forget. So that's it. April 14th, save the date. 13th, it's a Saturday.
14th, you're too late.
14th, you're too late. Save the date. All right, Mr. Ferguson, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Good? No? Not? Good morning, Mr. Ferguson. Good morning, everyone. What a great reminder that we are connected to Christ, and that is why we do what we do. I just have a few quick things to share with you about our school. Those of you that are going to second service, you will hear the melodious tones of our kindergarten and first graders who will be singing during the service, so that's great. We want to make sure that we're participating with that. Also, on February 11th, I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, but you can still come to church, and that is, because the Super Bowl is not until the evening here in the Eastern Time Zone. The Pacific Coast is a little bit earlier. And the second and third graders will be singing on February 11th at the second service. So, yippee for that. I just wanted to share one more time. I'll pass this around. You can take one, pass it around, about the LSGO. If you get your LSGO paperwork that I'm handing out, one of the things that teachers are great at, teachers are great at classroom management. Teachers are great at sharing the love of Christ with their students. Teachers are not always great at paying attention in meetings. Sometimes they want to grade papers, sometimes they want to talk. So if you, once you get your LSGO paperwork thing, if you want to just scan that QR code and make a donation right now, you can do that. And that would be just fine. So as you are getting your W-2s now at the end of the month, and you're even thinking about maybe getting your taxes done, this is a way that you can help Bethlehem Lutheran School without any additional funds out of your pocket. The money's going to either be going to the state of Ohio, or it's going to be going in a donation to Bethlehem Lutheran School. If you make your donation, you'll get a letter in the mail pretty quickly, like a week or so afterwards. That's what happened with me anyway. What's that?
Ours came in 2 days.
2 days, there you go. See, so you can take that to your tax professional, and that then lowers your taxable liability in the state of Ohio, dollar for dollar, up to $750 single person filing, and $1,500 married filing jointly. So you can donate dollar for dollar. There is a bit of a lag time. Once you make your donation, you do have to make the donation first, and then you get your tax prepared whenever you get that done. If you are unsure of how much you paid in Ohio taxes, I would look at line 13 on your taxes from last year to see what you paid in taxes, and then you can see what you can donate. If you paid less than $750 in that taxes, you can donate less. That's totally fine. If you make a donation, those monies go into a fund that we use to do tuition assistance for families who would like to be here at Bethlehem Lutheran School, who might not otherwise be able to afford being here. So it's a really important thing that we're really trying to push out there to the congregation and the school families. At the end of the year, they give me a list of who's donated, and we had 24 donor units. We're trying to double that. So between church and school families. So if you can be a part of that, that would be excellent, and I would be so grateful to you for doing that. That would be great. Questions on LSGO? Lutheran Scholarship Granting Organization.
So if you donate now, it'll go in your 2023 taxes?
Yes. You can donate up until April 15th and have it applied to the 2023 taxes. So you could go just like on a Thursday when your tax appointment is on a Friday and donate, well, maybe not, because you're not going to get your letter. Yeah. You do get an email receipt, yeah, but not your letter that you can take in your tax professional. So it's not quite that quick of a turnaround. But you can do it pretty quickly.
But yeah, you'll need to do it, you'll need to give the donation before you file your tax.
Yes, that's correct. So there is a bit of a lag time. And if you know I want to donate X dollars, and you don't have X dollars to donate at that particular time, you can do a recurring donation, and then get that up to whatever donation it is that you want to donate.
This might be silly to ask, but
Probably
is
not.
there a chance that perhaps potentially we've already, like years ago when it was brought to our attention that we donate so much to the church that drive-in comes around? Is that kind of along the same?
No, I don't think so.
That goes back to almost 20 years ago. Those of us who were here, Thrivent had a fantastic program. They were matching big dollars, but that's been gone.
They don't do that
That's gone.
You do have, though, as a Thrivent member, you do have choice dollars that you can designate. And I'm not exactly sure how that program works, but you can go in and log into your Thrivent portal, and you can see your choice dollars, and you can designate those for Bethlehem Lutheran School, or Lutheran Church and School, and you can do that. That's a thing with Thrivent that I know of for sure. But this is two different programs. Other questions about the LSGO?
When you do your state taxes, you need to upload those receipts, or else you're going to get an astagram about 2 weeks from the state saying that we can't process your return until you send us your receipt.
Oh, okay. Did everyone hear that?
When you file your taxes, you want to do it for the state, not for the fed, but for the state. You'll have to upload the receipt. And you're going to get 2 receipts. Even if you send a check for $1,500, you're going to get 2 receipts. One for $750 for yourself, one for $750 for your spouse. And you need to upload those when you file your state return.
They don't take your word for it.
Are you surprised?
Can I just add one more point real quick, Scott? One of the things, the entire budgetary process is based on how many children we can get in these classrooms. If we have 3/4 empty classrooms, half empty classrooms, whatever, we do not have, not only do we not have those kids that we can teach the Word of God to, but we also don't have that tuition money that really helps fund all the things that we do. So the beautiful thing about this scholarship program is it allows some of those parents who would otherwise simply say, no thank you, I can't afford it, to get those kids in here. So that's really why we keep bringing this back, is because this is the tool that allows us to fill our classrooms and help out everybody.
Other questions about the LSGO?
I think it might be important to say this isn't just for Lutherans. You got friends, to spread the word to anybody. Anybody. Who's paying
Absolutely.
taxes in the state?
Any Ohio State taxpayer, not Ohio State University, Ohio State taxpayer can donate to this particular scholarship fund. And you cannot donate it to any particular student, but you can donate it to a particular school. That would be Bethlehem Lutheran School, I would think, and you can do that. Other questions about LSGO?
Will you keep us in touch of any type of fundraising or school gathering of kids that you might be doing so that we can help them participate?
Of course.
Please.
Sure. Yes, we have, we do have a skating party that's coming up on February the 8th at Skate World in Kettering, right? Skate World in Kettering. So I'm not, it's been a long time since I've roller skated, so this might be more fun for others than it is for me, but we'll see. We'll see. I can hold my own on ice skates. I just don't know about roller skates. It's been probably 30 years. It's like riding a bike, right? You never know. It's like riding a bicycle. Yeah, you just never quite forget. I do want to share a couple stories. I have a couple minutes. I do want to share a couple stories of things happening in the school that are really cool. We use a tool called iReady to assess our students' math and reading level. And that score report gives us back whether the students are above grade level, at grade level, or below grade level for where they're at. And we do this test 3 times during the school year. We did the test in August, and we got kind of a baseline for where the students were. And then we just completed our middle test here in January, and there were at least a half a dozen kids that went up at least 2 grade levels, which is fantastic. The teachers are doing such excellent work with the kids to help them progress in their reading and also in their math. But that's a great news that they were able to increase that much. And then hopefully our big goal for the end of the year is for everyone to be reading at or above grade level by the end of the year. Reading is such an important tool that students need to have in order to access the world that we want them reading at an appropriate level. So that's a really great story. I do have 3 more to share with you. One of them is from our 4th grade teacher, and she says, I'll change the name of the student. I want to share a story about the outstanding progress of Johnny. He started at Bethlehem the beginning of 3rd grade, and this is now 4th grade, and had very low reading skills. He tested at the kindergarten level in iReady at the beginning of that year. Overall, his skills were very low. Johnny has made an amazing amount of progress in the last year and a half, and tested at the 3rd grade level in reading and math just recently. That's up from kindergarten. He also passed the Nifty 50, which is a test that this teacher does for knowing the states and their capitals. So he knows all the states and all their capitals. The first time I administered it this year. His persistence and hard work, and a little bit of extra help from his teachers, has helped him to catch up. Johnny has a little way to go, but I have every faith that he will catch up soon. And so that's a great story about Johnny. And then another story about Billy. This is from our 5th grade teacher. One of my greatest success stories of the year is definitely Billy. At the beginning of the year, his behavior was challenging. He had experienced problems in the past as well. He had frequent outbursts, cried multiple times a day, and was often reluctant to do work. Billy and I were able to develop a good rapport. I stay in close communication with his parents, giving more positive news than negative. He seldom cries now and often gets through the day with no disruptions. He has told his parents that he likes school this year, which wasn't always the case in the past. He still has bad days sometimes, but usually can get himself under control quickly with just a little guidance. And she also says, my class is also working on positive social interactions with each other and are doing a wonderful job. In my opinion, they are following the teachings of the Bible by exhorting one another on a regular basis, aiding, encouraging, and comforting one another. As a group, they are quick to help each other both in the classroom and at recess. When I point out a success that one of them had, the class cheers. When a student gets upset about something that has happened, some of the kids speak up to encourage them. This is a tender age, and it is especially important that the students are supportive of each other, to each other as they enter into the teenage years. Academically, my class is moving along well, especially in math. Several students have told me that they understand it better than they used to. Almost every one of them showed growth on the iReady test. Some showed significant growth. I'm looking forward to beginning the second math book soon. So those are just a couple stories from our teachers of the work that they're doing in the classroom to help our students grow in grace and knowledge. So that's fantastic. Any questions that I can answer? I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I got 2 minutes. All right.
Well done.
All right.
Pastor,
Yes.
what are the fun things the kids are doing for Lutheran Schools Week?
Oh, what are the fun things? Oh boy, you want me to tackle this one?
I can do this.
All right.
So tomorrow is pajama day. Okay, tomorrow is pajama day. So all the students can wear their pajamas, and we have a all-school breakfast tomorrow morning, starting at 7:30. So that's good. So we're doing that on Monday. Tuesday.
The congregation is invited.
And the congregation is invited.
7:30.
7:30 here in the lunchroom. 7:30 to, we stop serving at 8? 8:15. We stop serving at 8:15. So don't come after 8:15.
Unless you want to help clean up.
Unless you want to help. Maybe you do.
Maybe you do. Look great.
That would be great. Tuesday is Community Hero Day. We have 4 Paws for Ability that is coming to do a presentation to our kids about the community heroes that their dogs are. And then we also have the police and fire departments are coming and bringing some of their vehicles that the kids can look at and see and watch and make the sirens go and that kind of fun stuff. The police are bringing a cruiser, and they're also bringing their SWAT vehicle, which is going to as a little boy, I'm thinking, this is so cool. So that's cool, and then the fire department's bringing a truck. And then we have a firefighter, a policeman, and a nurse that are going to be speaking to our middle school students about how they're being used in the community. We thought that looking at the fire trucks and police cars would not be quite as exciting for them, so they're going to hear about God's using these people in the community to help the community get better. And then Wednesday is Western Day, so kids are encouraged to dress like someone from the West. So that's good, and then we're going to be doing some line dancing and some s'mores. That's on Wednesday. Thursday is Decade Day. So kids can dress up as whatever decade it is that they choose, maybe even a future decade if they really want to. That would be creative. I would be interested to hear or see what they do for that. So that's going to be Decade Day, and we're going to be doing some trivia with them of items from the past, maybe things that you have in your basement, like a cassette tape or a VHS tape, to see if they know exactly what those things are and what they were used for at the time. A rotary phone, you know, like to see if they could remember or see what the heck that was used for. That'll be fun. And maybe a little discouraging.
Typewriter.
I remember what that was. And then Friday is Team Day, so we can, I'm even letting them wear an Ohio State jersey if they really want to. I'll allow it. We're all on God's team. That's kind of the theme for the day. So they can wear whatever team apparel that they have for that. And we're going to be doing relay races in our faith families. What we do with our faith families is all the kids are divided up, multi-grade, into a group, and they sit together at chapel every week. And so we call those our faith families. And every kid from kindergarten through 8th grade is in a faith family. And so we'll be doing relay races with our faith families on Friday. So those are some of the fun things that we'll be doing for Lutheran Schools Week.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question.
Okay, all right. I'll wrap up with one more story. We heard some really good academic stories, and I feel like a good bearing of good fruit and of Christian character is in order. So I will say that those of you who serve during the day, Monday through Friday, when school is in session, maybe you have seen this firsthand. I think of the Busy Bees, for example, on Wednesday, late mornings, early afternoon. Whenever the ladies of the Busy Bees need an extra hand to carry things up or to carry things down, or especially when it's really close to the time where they're about ready to send boxes upon boxes of things out the door and load someone's van with all the blankets and such. And if I remember there were times where we'd be during break, bathroom break for the middle school, and if they saw like Louise, Hellickson or Durenberg, just needing an extra set of hands, they would stop everything and go and help to get the van loaded in rain or shine or even in sleet one time. They did it in sleet. At least we did pull up into the carport, so it wasn't too bad. Or if there is a time, it's just a simple ask and they're up and ready to go to provide that extra set of hands. And so their kindness and goodness I really appreciate, and their willingness to serve. You saw it also for the taco dinner for Advent this past December, where they worked with a couple of youth from our school, from our church as well, and getting dinner ready, the tacos, getting it served, and also setting up for the band concert the next night to give Mr. Crosby a little bit of extra time to take care of some other things that came up on his plate.
They do it with joy.
And they love to do it. And they love to do it. So I just wanted to share that with you. So thank you so much for your time. Let's stand and pray the Lord's Prayer together. Lord, remember us in your kingdom and teach us to pray.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Hey, just a quick reminder or encouragement. Let those who are doing elders or ushers for the second service, if you're going to be an usher or an elder for the second service, if you really need to get a snack, go ahead and get that. Let them go first because we will have some extra guests coming in here soon. So y'all are dismissed.